Hi guys, today I'm doing a comparison between the Real Techniques Complexion Perfection Sponge and the original Beauty Blender. I feel like most people who do this video have been using the Beauty Blender for a while and then they decide to try the cheaper alternative, but for me, I have been using this sponge for quite a while. I didn't think that I would like a sponge enough to pay $20. I wasn't expecting to like this one whatsoever. I just wanted to give it a try and I actually ended up falling in love with it, and then it was kind of like well, am I missing out on something? Is this really better? And I saw a video and I will link it down below, and I could really see the difference in how they applied and how this one soaked up more product. And then I was watching that video and in the comment section people were saying that the Beauty Blender actually tends to make foundation last longer than the Real Techniques one, so I figured I would apply and do wear tests throughout the day so you can see if this one really does make it last longer and if they have a difference, because there is definitely a price difference. This one is about $6 and the Beauty Blender is $20. I figured I would show you a comparison of how they look like dry before I go wet them, and I just want to say that you can tell seriously when they're dry how much more like this one, even if I'm squeezing it as hard as I can, it only goes to there. And the Beauty Blender, like the material is just so squishy, it will go all the way down and you don't even have to really try. The Beauty Blender definitely feels like a different material. Definitely a lot more airy and light. Airy like A-I-R, not eerie like eerie scary. So I'm gonna go wet those and I'll be right back. Okay, so they are wet now. They're both definitely a lot bigger. I would say you can tell the Real Techniques one is still a little bigger than the Beauty Blender. They definitely feel a lot more like the same material when they're wet rather than dry. Beauty Blender takes a little less time to like wet and squeeze out. So before I apply my foundation, I'm just going to add some primer. If you guys have watched any of my videos, you know that I basically always use the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer, but I got a sample of this Laura Mercier foundation primer, and I think this is luminizing. It doesn't say on the bottle, but I just figured I would try this one out today. I'm also going to add just a smidgen of the e.l.f. Hydrating Under Eye Primer underneath my eyes, just because they've been really dry lately. I'm going to use the Real Techniques sponge on this side and the Beauty Blender on that side. The foundation that I will be using today is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless in shade 110. So there's what the foundation looks like on that side. It looks really nice, really good coverage. So I'm going to take the same amount of foundation and go in on the other side. So there is the side with the Beauty Blender. I can't tell a major difference of how they applied, but I will say that the Beauty Blender side just looks a little lighter. I mean, I'm not saying that this side is cakey at all, but this just has a slightly more natural appearance. I'm going to go in with concealer, and the one that I'll be using today is the Urban Decay Naked Skin in Fair Neutral. I think I blended that out pretty well, so I'm just going to take some translucent powder from NARS and the NARS Yachio brush and just set that. Now I'm going to go in with that same concealer on the other side. That totally blended out way faster than it does with the Real Techniques sponge. I'm setting that with the same powder. And I'm going to use that powder to set the rest of the areas with the concealer. I feel like on the side with the Beauty Blender, my circles are a little more covered, that the side with the Real Techniques is a little bit more sheer underneath the eye. I'm going to set my entire face using my L'Oreal True Match powder in W1 and this big Eco Tools brush. I'm going to go ahead and finish up the rest of my makeup and then I will be right back. Okay, so I'm finished with my makeup, and as you remember, this is the Real Techniques side and here is the Beauty Blender side. I feel like the finished product, you can't really tell that much difference. So I will check in a couple hours to see how each side is holding up and if there is any difference. It's been about 5 hours and so far I really don't see any difference at all in how they're wearing. Each side looks the exact same. The only difference that I've noticed so far is the Beauty Blender sucks up the tiniest bit less product and blends a little faster, but it's been 5 hours and everything still looks the exact same in comparison from side to side. I will be back in a couple hours. So I just talked for like 10 minutes straight and realized the camera wasn't recording, but long story short, it's been about 10 hours. I'm tired, I'm ready to take off my makeup, and I don't see a difference at all in the way that the foundation wore on both sides. It looks the exact same to me, so I cannot justify spending 3 times the price for the Beauty Blender when you can get the Real Techniques one for $6. So in the future, I would definitely repurchase this when it comes time to and they get a little dingy and old. If I fall deeply, madly in love with the Beauty Blender over time, I will tell you if I think it's worth it. But right now, I definitely would say that unless you just want to spend more money, that you should go ahead and get the Real Techniques. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. And I hope you guys subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you. I thought I would mention really quickly that I still have a giveaway open on my channel for the ColourPop Puppy Love eyeshadow, which is just absolutely gorgeous. I will have the video where you can enter linked down below in case you're interested. And yeah, that's all, so I'll see you guys next time.